Good morning, everybody. Today I am going to explore Little Buffalo State Park. I've only been here one other time, and I was here with a friend and her kids. They went to the water park, so never did any hiking or anything like that here. And I'm also going to have a friend with me today and a fellow content creator who should be arriving here very shortly, but until he gets here, I just kind of want to look around, and I'm at the park office and see what everything is here. Okay, so this is the parking lot here. Pretty much plenty of parking. Pretty easy to find. And over here is the park office. I'm going to go over here and check out and see if they have any paper maps of the area. This is located in Center and Juniata Townships, Perry County, and there looks to be a lot of good history here. A nice trail, lots of other trails, but I think there's one particular nice trail. And it says there's maps here, but I don't see any maps. So let's maybe see if we can go inside and see if there's any maps in there. Oh wait, maybe here. Yep, I got it. There's maps in this little thing, so let me open this up and grab some. Apparently the office here is only open 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, and today is Saturday. Sorry if you can't see that. So we won't be able to go into the park office, but at least I did get a paper map here. So around off to the side here, there is a bathroom, and that was open. I'm not sure what's in the back here. I kind of walked back out. It looks like it's just an area to sit down and maybe eat. And I think that's my friend arriving just now. Good morning. Or afternoon, I guess. No, it is still morning. Yay.
It is still morning.
It's unusual for me.
I'm used to getting up early and getting out, you know,
Right.
That way I'm home by a decent time, but anymore I've got to travel.
Yeah,
so
yeah. And
I
for
still
me,
get home late.
This is Travis, my friend and fellow content creator.
Hi, everybody.
His channel is Travis Wolfker Experience.
That's it.
And we're going to get ourselves ready to go on this hike. So apparently we're going to be doing the Little Buffalo State Park Trail itself. So about 6 miles, you said? Something like
Around
that.
6
Around
miles,
6.
yeah.
And I saw when I came in, there's this Blue Ball Tavern down here, which is, I guess, our first point of interest. I don't know anything about this park, and I think neither does he, other than what we've seen online.
Right.
So
yeah.
we're going to be seeing stuff and learning stuff as we go. I have been here once before at a different part of the park where there's a water park, and I was only there with a friend who had her kids there for that. So this is all new to me as well. So I think we're going to be starting on this trail here behind this Blue Ball Tavern, but let's check this out. There's some information on the sign here. You can zoom in and read it if you like, but I'm just gonna kind of go around the house here and check it out. So we see we have the Blue Ball Tavern Museum, but I'm assuming since that's the park office is closed, that this is probably closed. So let's see. Museum hours is Sunday afternoons 1 to 4, Memorial Day through Labor Day, and then Apple Festival weekend, October 10 to 3, also by appointment. But we can look at it from the outside. That sign was pretty interesting. It said that it was named after a blue ball inside of the tavern, and if the ball was down, I think it said down, that meant that there was vacancies. So, oh, okay, when it was raised. So when the blue ball was raised, it announced to travelers that accommodations were available, and that's how this got its name. There you go. All right, so there's some buildings behind the Blue Ball Tavern. It looks like a really I'm losing my voice today. A really old little spring house back here. Across this cute little bridge. I think all bridges are cute. And you can see some of the structure. There's a number 17 on it, which I am assuming that correlates with the park map, and it tells you something about each thing as you go around. But I got the paper map and left it in my car because it's just so hard. You can't really hold the paper map and hold your cell phone and try to look at stuff all at the same time. So I'm not real sure what any of this is. So when I get back home, what I'll do is I'll try to locate on the map everything that we see today and put it on the video. It's a nice stone chimney here. And I see there's a little bridge over there too. I'm not sure where that goes. But I think we're going across a different bridge. Yeah. Looks like there's a sign up there. But I don't want to venture too far away and get off trail for what Travis wants to do. But look, a nice little creek through here. We're going to be going over it on this bridge here, which is a much nicer bridge. Very cool. Getting ready to walk over this bridge. There's a sign here, and there's a list of trails on here as well. Look at this. Cool stone bridge over this creek. And a nice wooden one that we're walking on. So pretty. Wow. So as you can see, the path so far is all paved. Kind of walk, winding through the woods. We're crossing over a road right now, just trying to figure out what that is up there. We think it's just an entertainment pavilion, but it mentions Shoaff's mill, so we're hoping to see that. So we're just gonna cross over here and keep following this trail. It looks like there's a really pretty covered bridge coming up. So let's just see what that looks like. So we're almost up to this covered bridge, and there's yet another sign. So as you can see, there's plenty of trails here to go on. You have like a huge amount of choices, and we're still coming across this little streams and stuff like this, which makes this walk really nice. We're walking across this really cool bridge, and as Travis pointed out from the sign, this was moved here from another location. And that does happen often with these historic bridges and some of these historic structures. Beatty. There's probably more information about it down here. So right behind the bridge, there's a path back to another little area. Not completely sure what this is. It has Christmas decorations. Travis said he thinks it's a cabin. There's some signs. Oh, they just talk about the birds. There's a little pond here. You have lots of bird identification signs. So this is something, Little Buffalo Classroom Annex. That's what that is. So this is where I guess there's education provided. Look at the little squirrel. He's just kind of hanging out here too. Just kind of walk around here. Hi, Santa. Lots of decorations. Little thing, I guess, to take your picture with your kid or take pictures of the kids. Yeah. There you go.
I wonder if they use this for storage.
Yeah, it's just a little classroom annex, so.
Oh, is there?
I'm not sure. It looks like the only door is this garage door. Let me look inside. And back behind that building, it's a nice culvert with some flowing water. It's pretty cool looking. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but over there is a little playground through the trees and some picnic benches. Nice little area. I'm gonna walk up here and get a shot from the top of this culvert. A shot from up above the culvert. Some people coming down the trail. Over there is the mill race trail. We're gonna walk back over here to the Shoaff mill. Okay, so this is the mill. Pretty cool. Wow. We have to get up and get some closer looks at stuff and get some information. These here are the millstones. I've seen these before at other parks that had mills, and it's the only reason I recognize them. And there is a sign not to sit or stand on the millstones. So let's go up here closer and check it out. Ooh, that is one big wheel. A little hard to read the sign, but it's a 32-foot overshot water wheel, it says. Oh, wow. You can see how far that goes down. Sign for it. Mill hours are 1 to 3 on weekends and other times by appointment. Here's a little information. You can pause and zoom. So this is up to on the side of it. I really like the wreaths. They kind of bring out the decorative value. Back here we have the pipe that I imagine brought the water over to the wheel. It's still standing on these stone pillars with some wood at the top. So from this side we get a different view. So we're gonna walk up this little path up behind this pipe and see what we can see. Not sure if there's anything to see up here, but I can imagine that is the water source for the mill. You can see a little gate there that comes up and down, I guess, to shut the water, or, well, redirect or stop the water from coming in if they wanted to do that. And there used to be some signs here. Just gonna see if I can see anything else. A little nippy, I think, now. Thought it was warm earlier, but my fingers are getting a little cold. This is the Mill Race Scoop. And here's the sign for that. A little further down, there's another gate. Pretty neat. I think it's so cool when these older structures are preserved and kept open for the public. I can feel a few raindrops. All right, we're walking up to this little caboose here, and it is raining. Cold, rainy day. Way car number 12 is a maintenance car that ran on the Newport and Shermans Valley Railroad, which was in this park. Again, if you want to read it, just zoom and pause. I'm going to walk around this. It's going to be harder to film with this rain. Yeah, my camera getting wet. It's sitting on its own little track here. Pretty cool. Cabooses are a fascination of mine, along with multiple other things, of course, but pretty wicked. I see something up there in the woods. I don't know if it's just a stairway or if it goes to something. It's weird location because there's this huge hill here. So there's probably something up there, and I see another stairway over there. But I think soon gonna have to sit down and get out my rain jacket out of my pack here. Okay, so it is raining quite a bit. So I stopped and put on my rain jacket, which makes everything so bulky. And I have my new gloves today that I'm checking out, and I really like them, so I'll probably give you a shot of those in a minute. And my hands are freezing already, but it's my fingertips mostly. So these are my new gloves. I just got them. They have mittens. They're fingerless, but they also have the thumb tab, which I like. And they have a little pocket in the back to put in these disposable hand warmers. So we're gonna give this a shot. So we decided we're going to do the Buffalo Ridge Trail. I guess that's part of the overall trail. You just come up these little stairs. We're sitting here for a few minutes talking to somebody that came down off the trail. I was asking, if we were YouTubers and giving us some information about the trail, which was really nice. We've run into like 4 or 5 dog walkers today here. Seems like everybody that we run into has dogs, so they're out today. Look at this, so pretty. And there's this little stream down there, but we're heading up around this little ridge before we go. Okay, so we've been walking up the little Buffalo Trail, and we're following, it looks like the white blazes here. That was a heck of a hill to climb up, at least for me, but now we seem to be on a less, hilly place, and maybe we're going downhill. And out there is what they call Buffalo Creek, Little Buffalo Creek, but it looks like a lake to me, so hopefully we'll go by it and get a better view of it. All right, so we're at a little split here where you can take a shortcut to the main area or continue on the Buffalo Ridge Trail. We're going to continue on the Buffalo Ridge Trail, even though it is uphill. You know, I'm trying to get in more uphill hikes this year just to prepare for that kind of stuff when I go on backpacking trips and things. So, you know, just take my time and enjoy. Surrounded by beautiful trees. And we're not on pavement, so that's a good thing. So there's a nice little brook coming along here. We're getting ready to cross over another bridge. It's still raining out, which makes the leaves a little slippery. So I'm going a little slower up and down the trail. I haven't gotten out my trekking poles yet or anything, but gotta watch my feet. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. Rain or shine, the forest is still beautiful. Well, we came out of the woods there, which was a really nice walk in the woods. We're still following the White Blazes, the Buffalo Ridge Trail. And we just went off to the woods to go relieve ourselves. And lo and behold, as soon as we did, we came upon the bathrooms right here. So just know that there are bathrooms coming up if you're on this trail, that if you can hold it, there they are. But we're going to be continuing to a sharp left here, and that will keep us on the Buffalo Ridge Trail. So we're going to veer off the main trail here for a little bit, because down here is this little lake, and it looks like a really pretty place to go. So we're just going to take a little jaunt over here and see what we can see. Oh, look, this has got some ice on it. Look how neat that looks. There's a little bridge underneath here that goes to the bigger part of the lake. Look at all the ice on there. Beautiful scenery. You can see.
Is that guy sitting on a boat, or is he actually in the water?
I'm not sure. Is he sitting?
Like he's in the water.
Looks like he's on an little iceberg out there. Oh my gosh, I hope not. But you can see all the little chunks of ice floating around out there. I thought they were birds of some sort, but they're not. They're little chunks of ice. Really wild. We're gonna go up over this bridge and see a little bit better. Look at this with all the cracked ice on it. Pretty cool looking. Nature is so strangely beautiful. Sometimes even the simplest thing just looks so interesting, at least to me. So we're walking along this nice little stream here, and we're still seeing all the pretty colors all around us. There's still a lot of beauty to be seen, and even in the winter time. You got green trees, yellow grass. You got the remnants of red on some of the branches. It's just a very pretty little walk, even in the rain. And these trails are a little bit swampy from the rain, but nothing that I've sunken into yet. Is it recording? Yeah. So we made a little bit of a wrong turn, and now we're heading back towards the trail. My phone is acting up because of the rain. So now we've come out to this old iron bridge, Has a lot of the stone remnants surrounding it. There's a little sign about it. There's a creek. There's some parts to it on either side of the creek. Pretty cool looking. Nice. Look at a shot from back here so you can see. They have a bench here, which I could have used a few minutes ago. Oh. Okay, it's still raining out today. I don't know how many more miles we have to go, but we just crossed a road. And now we're back in the woods again. And the worst problem I'm having is just fooling around, trying to get my phone in and out of pockets and keep it dry, and then keeping it attached to the battery. But I mean, the trail's nice, it's beautiful. The rain could just go away. I don't want any more of it. Okay, so we're still walking along this path in the rain, and we really have to pay attention because neither of us can keep our phones out or cameras really, because they're just getting too wet. So we did have a few times where we had to backtrack and had to check all trails, but it is still raining. Okay, almost down to this road here. A couple of switchbacks down the mountain. We're still going. My ultra says 5.98 miles. So I think originally he said it was supposed to be close to 6. We have a little bit to go yet though. And hopefully we only have one more big hill and then maybe a small hill back to the parking lot. Pretty mushrooms or fungi. Like a turkey tail, maybe. Nice. A lot more uphill than I anticipated. I am quite out of breath, but look at this. It's pretty. Okay, so we only got about a half a mile or so left, and we're crossing this road again. And the trail continues across the road. But we are both drenched and ready to get back to our cars. You know, it makes a long day when there's just rain all day, you know.
Easy sailing from here on out.
It looks that way. Fingers crossed.
Hope, anyway.
Okay guys, we made it back to the parking lot. We are both absolutely drenched. It's a little chilly, so it's not super cold, but you know, with the rain it makes you a little, you know, chillier. But it was a really great trail. There was a lot more up climbing than I thought there would be. So, but it was you know, a beautiful trail. It was well maintained. It was pretty easy to follow. There's a couple turns that were sketchy that we had to turn around and backtrack, but we had a great time. There was great conversation, good friend, and I can't wait to do it again.